Eureka continues like so much of a runaway train, releasing old Golden Harvest and classic Asian martial arts films on Blu-ray with their release of Jimmy Wang Yu in A Man Called Tiger from 1973, directed by Lo Wei. This was supposed to originally have been the third collaboration between Lo Wei and Bruce Lee after The Big Boss and Fist of Fury, but Bruce Lee went off and did his own film, directed his own self in Way of the Dragon, and they brought in Jimmy Wang Yu, Hong Kong action superstar, to take his place. Not that anybody can take his place, but this movie's a lot of fun. This movie is cool. Basic story goes a little something like this. And I'll tell you all the technical stuff and all that too. This is a Golden Harvest movie, and it opens with the old Golden Harvest logo, which to me, the kettle drum building of the logo and is the Golden Harvest logo I've always known. So it's interesting to see the earlier ones that are showing up on some of these new Blu-ray releases. Story goes a little something like this. Wang Yu is a guy who's good with his fists and his feet. Opening of the film, the opening of the original uncut theatrical version, there's two versions on here. Opening of the film, under the opening credits, is just him wandering the streets, finding guys he doesn't like who are doing bad things, and just beating the hell out of them in a very flashy way. And this movie wastes no time. I think I even wrote it down. It's like, you're not even like a minute into this movie and he's beating people up. Idea here is that his father has committed suicide, but he suspects foul play, that it is not suicide, but nefarious means that brought his father to an end. So he decides to investigate and go to Japan and infiltrate the Yakuza in Japan and try to work his way up to the top of that Yakuza pagoda, an analogy I'm probably using too often after watching the Bluesploitation set, but I will anyway. He'll work his way to the top of that Yakuza pagoda and find out who killed his father and make them pay with his feet and his fists. So it is great action in this movie. Like any good kung fu or martial arts or Asian action film, you do not have to wait too long between moments of furious fists. It looks gorgeous, this transfer. It looks and sounds great. Wang Yu is a lot of fun and a badass, and he is surrounded by a really strong supporting cast, including James Tien. And it was just a really fun movie. I'd never heard of this before. Apparently, it's rather obscure. Certainly compared to Lo Wei's other films that he did with Bruce Lee, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that Eureka and companies like this are resurrecting these things for schmoes like me to watch. So, as I said, stars James Tien and Lam Ching-ying in the supporting cast. Two versions on this set. We get the uncut theatrical version that's 113 minutes. It features original Mandarin mono, English dubbed mono, audio commentary by Frank Zheng and Michael Worth, who feel like old friends at this point because they're on so many of these releases and they're so enthusiastic and they know so much about these films. And also a commentary, second commentary, by Mike Leader and Arne Venema, and they're great, and they're on just about as many as the other two guys. And their commentaries are always a bit looser, a bit more fun, a little bit more dishy, which is great. And they know their stuff backwards and forwards. And Leader has worked with so many of these people and knows so many of these people. It's great. So both of those are of equal value, those commentaries. I had a lot of fun listening to those. And as I said, original Mandarin on mono, English dubbed mono. You get the re-release version, which severely trims this film. Somehow it chops out all those opening fight scenes, and it opens with a song that follows those fight scenes in the uncut version. And I'm like, of all the things to cut, when I was watching this movie, I was saying, obviously the uncut, the re-release version, they just lost the songs. They just took out the songs. Apparently, no, they took out the fights. So they took out one of the fights at least, which was just kind of shocking to me. But anyway, it's a shorter version. It's 80 minutes. It starts with the better known, that Golden Harvest logo. And yeah, it's got the original Mandarin mono track and it's got the English dub track. It was a fun movie, you know? It was a fun movie. So, extras. I think maybe I just told you about all the extras. Special features. No, I didn't. Sorry. My notes are a jumble. As is my brain. If I had to go on my brain, they'd be 30-second reviews and everybody would thank me. Cutting Tiger Hidden Subtitles by Brandon Bentley. It's 7 minutes, and it is really interesting. It talks about the fact that there was, you know, the uncut theatrical version, and there was the re-release version that was much shorter, but there was another version that had a lot of scenes that have never resurfaced, and he uses sort of lower quality scenes from either like an old videotape or VCD transfer, or DVD, and the original dubbing dialogue script. So there was originally a version of this film on film that was ready to go out there, and they prepared a translated script. So he basically reads or reenacts the scenes that are missing with stills to sort of show you the deleted scenes that nobody can find at this point. Do you know what sadness means? Music video. This is just is the nightclub scene from the film with the studio recording used as opposed to the film's audio mix. That's 3 minutes. Because I Have Your Love music video, that's 2 minutes, and it's the same idea. It's one of the nightclub scenes that the female singer actress in the movie sings, but it's a higher quality recording without all of the effects that are added to it for the feature film. You get the textless opening, which is the original opening in Chinese with no subtitles or on-screen titles. So like if you don't want any words getting in the way of Wang Yu just cleaning house in the streets of Hong Kong, you can watch that and just be undistracted. And the trailer, it's 4 minutes, that it looks like it's for the re-release because it has the newer Golden Harvest logo, and it's kind of a low-quality trailer. It is looks like it's standard def, maybe pulled from YouTube or a very old, like, again, VCD or DVD transfer. But it's there for illustrative purposes only. So then the release. Once again, we get a nice slipcover, nice new artwork on the front, info on the back, and then the slip case slips to reveal the same thing on the front and the back. But wait, there's more. Crack it open. You get a cool little graphic on the disc that refers to a crazy fight toward the end of the film where a bunch of guys with hatchets are going at Wang Yu, as does the booklet there. Really cool graphic, actually. So we've got a booklet. We've got a booklet that has all kinds of writing and stills from the film, stills taken from, as I always like to say, stills taken from the new transfer, so you can see how good the transfer looks, and article or two about Wang Yu and a lot of old original posters and things like that. So very cool booklet with information that I had not heard elsewhere. Then we also have, as Eureka is wont to do, a mini poster, which features on one side, not so many, on one side we have the new artwork commissioned for the film, and on the other side we have one of the original posters commissioned for the film, and that's cool. And then on the inside, it's a clear reversible case, and that is, again, that other artwork that we just saw on the poster. So really good release of a fun movie that I'd never heard of, available now from Eureka, A Man Called Tiger, on Blu-ray.